Welcome to your next pick a card reading on what needs healing. Now this is very much focused on the eye, which I thought was appropriate as we barrel into Mars in Aries, as well as Mars retrograde, squaring Pluto, squaring Jupiter, squaring Saturn, all throughout the rest of 2020. And it's very much going to be the me versus we for the remainder of 2020. Find your favorite astrologer, listen to talks about Mars retrograde in Aries, Mars in Aries overall, and what likely is coming in 2020. This is a potent astrological time. So I think going into it, looking at what needs to heal within ourselves is useful. And I just want to speak to those who secretly watch pick a card readings on YouTube. Those of you who don't necessarily know if you believe it, I wanted to just speak to you for a moment. Those who consider themselves spiritual, or even just seeking meaning in life, or those who typically look for signs. There are names for this that celebrated individuals have talked about. Jung himself talked about synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, patterns which seem to have no actual clear relationship yet seem meaningful to the individual. Bernard Bateman, he was a neurobehavioral scientist, believed in invisible networks connecting everyone to everything. Paul Kramer, biologist, talked about waves of the unknown forces or seriality. As human beings, we seek meaning in patterns, whether we mean to or not. That's what dreams are. Our neurons are firing when we're asleep, and touching different memories and sounds and feelings, and our brain tries to make sense of those neurons firing and create these stories, which we call dreams. So if you are a seeker, don't be ashamed of it. I hope this is meaningful. The reason I bring this up is I'm bringing your energy into this reading. That's in my mind, the highest good of a pick a card reading. So we have in the first pile here, cinnamon. It's considered to have anti-inflammatory properties, which have meaning right now. It is considered, from a spiritual perspective, to provide protection, love, strength, and prosperity. I was told once by an old Wicca to put raw cinnamon sticks around my house to invite money into my home. Next we have the raw rose quartz. You might be drawn to this if you're seeking physical or to release physical or spiritual blockages. Next we have the amethyst. This is most associated with the third eye, or the crown chakra, or kind of one of the highest vibrations we can reach as individuals. And then lastly we have the ring. And the Lenormand deck, the ring represents relationships and contracts. You might pick this if you're seeing patterns or repeating events. I've probably said already too much about the meaning of these different symbols, but you're drawn instantly to a pile. Your eye, it was the first one your eye went to before I even started talking about what the different meanings meant. Trust that instinct. That is the phenomenon of synchronicity. That is the phenomenon of connectivity, of seriality, of creating meaning out of patterns. And trust it in yourself, and trust it in this pick a card. I have gone on way too long. I will put timestamps below about each pile and to look for the individual reading on what needs healing. We have a signifier, 6 tarot cards, a signifier from the Mythical Creatures Tarot, 6 tarot cards from the Rider-Waite deck, and ending with an angel answer card. Thank you again for stopping by. Look for your timestamps below. What needs healing? All right, those of you who chose pile number 1, or the cinnamon stick, it is really true that I did speak to a practitioner of Wicca who told me to put cinnamon around my house to bring, when I was going through, and you know, who isn't always going through challenging, well, some people, I guess, financial times. Put cinnamon all around my house, and it would draw money to me. So I always have raw sticks of cinnamon. So we're going to start with this signifier. And we have, you can't make this up, 10 of coins reversed. So yeah, if you pick cinnamon, you could be facing financial challenges. 10 of coins is about abundance, you know, earthly abundance. That could be money, that could be jobs, that could be home. But it's not just enough, like I've said many times, it's not just enough for you, it's enough for generations. The glare this morning is bad because it's early. You see the number of individuals in that tree, but it's reversed, telling us we're not feeling that abundance. We are. That could very well be why you were drawn to the cinnamon. Oh my goodness. I am parsing this in real time, so I'm going to be surprised with you. 4 of Pentacles reversed, or 4 of Pentacles upright. Absolutely. We're holding on to our resources. We're holding on, trying to save. You know, this may not be a bad thing with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, or the 10 of coins in the mythical creatures deck. You know, we really are trying to hold our resources close to us. There's so many of us who have been affected by our jobs with this pandemic. You know, it can make perfect sense. Holy crap. You cannot make this up. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so we need to heal our financial situation. It's not ambiguous. I'm kind of mind equals blown right now. All right, so hopefully the rest of the cards is going to give us guidance of how we heal our financial selves. Oh my God. Page of Pentacles reversed. You are kidding me, right, universe? So money's not coming in. Yes, okay, these are things we know. Now, how do we heal it? Okay, information. Ace of Swords. This is good. So Ace of Swords can be difficult truths, right? The Ace of Swords, that sword, that information, that knowledge pierces up through the crown chakra, right? Opening our minds. Oh my God, I feel like I'm sounding like Ivanka Trump. Find something new. That's not what I'm saying. There is going to be a moment of clarity that comes forward. This is a spark of the suit of swords. So there's an aware, this can also just be awareness, but the Ace of Swords cuts both ways. We may have an idea of how we get out of it, but we may also not have any idea how to start it. So God willing. Okay, great, good, awesome. 9 of Pentacles. It starts with self-care. This is insane, P.S. I could not have, I really did a lot of prayer and preparation before this, but wow. 9 of Pentacles. So this is the phrase that always comes to my mind is tend to your own garden. But this is about abundance. You know, this epiphany, if you're looking for a sign, if you have an idea of how to get out of this financial, quandary that you clearly are in, that idea that's maybe needling you in the back of your mind, the 9 of Pentacles is saying, yes, that is the idea you have to pursue. That is the path to take. You likely already know what it is. Holy moly, judgment. Past, present, and future coming into one. So this may have been something that we have, this is also a wake-up call. And if you picked pile number 1 and this is resonating with you, I don't have to tell you that this has been a wake-up call. But, I believe in the lessons of the universe. I believe even the most challenging of times, we can find the best of ourselves. And I really feel like this is what this reading is telling us. Incredibly challenging time around finances. But we know what we need to change in order to tend to our own garden, to start to cultivate that self in a new way. Judgment, wake-up call. To cultivate that idea in a new way. Pile number 1, you know what you want to do. This may be a wake-up call to follow a dream, that you thought had passed. that you never really considered viable. What the hell do you have to lose? Doesn't look like much. Go for it. This is saying go for it. Oh, I love it. And the angel answer card is, if you believe. This is about manifestation. This is about, you can do it. This reading is saying, yeah, finances are tight right now. You have a little bit more to hold on to. Follow that gut instinct. Whatever epiphany you've had, if you don't know what that is yet, really focus on meditation, focus on cultivating your own garden. It will come as an epiphany. You know, that's Gabriel sounding the horn. It will come as an epiphany. And if you believe, you know, that you can bring this into your reality, it is entirely within your possibility and within your capabilities. Holy bejesus, you can't make this up. Cinnamon, looking for abundance. You can do it. This is a big yes to follow your passions. I guess I need to listen to that myself. Thanks for stopping by. I hope this was helpful. Hi, pile number 2, those who picked the raw rose quartz. You may be struggling with mental or physical or spiritual blockages. Pile number 1 with the cinnamon just kind of blew my mind in terms of the relevancy. So let's see what we have here. I'm parsing these in real time. I have not looked at them. Did a lot of prayer and meditation before this. So let's see. Ooh, Knight of Swords. So information could have come in recently. The Knight of Swords is not necessarily pleasant. It's information that comes in sometimes very, very quickly that can really shake our world. These could have been words spoken to you. It doesn't have to be recently. This could be something you've been told, like a narrative you've been told your whole life about who you are and what you're worth. And you may be struggling to break free of that. Is there a signifier? So let's take a look at the Rider-Waite. Yeah. We're dealing with grief. 5 of Cups reversed, but we're trying. Five of Cups is about perspective. So 3 cups are spilled. That's indicating the loss. That could have been that Knight of Swords moment, or this could be a really, really old pain. That's kind of what I'm feeling, like immediately. Like this is an old wound. And we've lost perspective. It seems like a long time ago. So focusing on the spilled milk, on the loss, rather than the 2 cups. 2 of Cups being perfect union, waiting to be filled right behind us if we were just to turn around and come out of that moment of mourning. When I see the 5 of Cups reversed like that, it can mean a couple different things depending on the cards around it. It can mean we're coming out of it, or it could mean that this wound is deeply, deeply buried. Yeah, Queen of Cups reversed. When did you stop believing that you were worthy of love? Who broke your heart? The Queen of Cups is also one of the psychics in the deck. Do you believe in your own gifts? I guess would be a question I would ask as well. This is an old pain. Yeah, you stopped believing a long time ago. 7 of Cups reversed. 7 of Cups is this overwhelming feeling of too many options. Which cup do I choose? Fantasy thinking. But also, it really is a card of so many different options, kind of analysis paralysis. We've cut those out of our lives a long time ago. Our world has become small. For those who have picked pile number 2, our world has become small. Ooh, Knight of Wands. That's great to see, actually. I'm going to keep going, but the Knight of Wands, fire energy, right? That's the Mars energy that we're about to go into. Mars entering Aries. So Mars in Aries is the 2 of Wands, but the Knight of Wands is like bringing that first wand to us. I really want to look at the rest of it. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles reversed. And the Sun. That's great. Okay. All right, so this is the way I'm reading it. This is an old wound. This is an old narrative, Knight of Swords, that it may have been in our life for as long as our, our adult memory goes back, that we are not worthy of love, that there are few options for us. And this was due to a withholding early in our lives. So the Six of Pentacles is about equal give and take. Sometimes we are receiving and sometimes we are giving. And he's holding these scales here. This is like the minor arcana version of the Justice card. And we play both roles in our lives. Sometimes we need assistance. Sometimes we can give assistance. When I see it reversed like that, especially with Five of Cups, Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups, look at that's all water energy at the top. That's all emotions that are blocked. All right, so and it's due to a withholding, lack of equal give and take, probably your whole life. For you, for those who pick pile number 2, this spiritual blockage, physical blockage, I really feel like it's an emotional blockage around our feelings. We may have not felt as though we could express ourselves and our true selves for a very long time. But this Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands energy, we want to speak, we want to act, but we have no idea how. We lost the feelings like we had even options available to us a long time ago. But here's the deal. Mars is going to enter Aries, I believe on June 27th. Mars is, warrior planet, planet of war. Aries is the emperor. It's going to really amplify agitation and, wanting to act. I'm just going to mention to those who pick pile number 2, just be aware of that energy. Be aware that, watch how we act in terms of being impulsive. The Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords are also very impulsive energies, right? We're going to rush in and speak our minds. We're going to rush in and act a certain way. The Knight of Wands can be about relocation often, like just wanting to get the hell out of here, the anywhere but here feeling. But the Sun is grounding you. The Sun to me is usually a child spirit in this deck, but I'm really feeling this energy of like nature, of needing to get out into nature, to feel, to ground ourselves. I really feel like there's going to be a severe need to ground yourself, because all of these feelings are very likely the Sun, again, could also be illumination. This could really resonate, or these energies are really just going to kind of come out of left field for you as Mars goes into Aries and then Mars goes retrograde. Just watch yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Holy Moses, trust yourself. Trust that if this is resonating with you, even if you're a skeptic, if you felt as though you couldn't express yourself, especially those deepest wounds in yourself, trust that they will heal. I just have this energy of wanting to caution you, though, those who pick the rose quartz, to be gentle with yourself as well. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, and check your impulses to speak and to act out of a place of wounding, right? This pain, this feeling of unlovable, this not feeling the equal give and take maybe ever in your life. When the Sun illuminates those feelings, especially in August 2020, just trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Be gentle with yourself, but learn to start to slowly speak about those wounds and act on getting help to heal those wounds. These wounds are old. These wounds are deep. And they have to do with your heart and your worthiness. And you have to trust that it is worth healing. If you look at this actual image on the card, it's two individual, overlooked by this kind of angelic being. You are not alone. I really feel anguish in those who pick pile number 2. And it's horrible and simple as it sounds. You're exactly where you need to be. Feed the healing process. When the sun illuminates that pain, talk to someone. Seek help. These wounds are old. These wounds are deep. But you're not damaged goods. You're exactly where you need to be. I hope this was helpful. Those who picked pile number 3, the amethyst, the third eye, the crown chakra, you could be feeling like a very strong spiritual awakening. You likely are a seeker. Amethyst tends to bring out psychic qualities in individuals. Maybe you're a reader yourself. Let's take a look at our signifier. 8 of Swords reversed. That's actually good to see. So the 8 of Swords is about mental prisons. In the traditional Rider-Waite, we see a woman loosely bound and blindfolded, surrounded by swords. Swords are air are thoughts. But if she just kind of wiggled her body, she could walk right away from those swords, that pain, that mental prison. If you just open your eyes, you would see that you have wings to fly out of that pain. The 8 of Swords reversed is telling me you've probably had this epiphany recently, that you've been in pain, you've been in a mental prison, and you're trying to break out of it. Kind of makes sense with the amethyst. Yeah, Devil reversed. Toxic situations that you may have recently broken free from or in the process of breaking free from. The devil energy speaks to things that bind us. And there's all kinds of things that can restrict us, right? Literally right now, we are restricted. You could be fed up with quarantine. I'm having a thought here. So Mars, again, I just spoke about this for number 2, but the pile number 2, the rose quartz. Mars is going into Aries, I believe June 27th. And then it's going to go retrograde in Aries and hang out there until January of 2021. It's not good news for the coronavirus in terms of all these squares that are coming up with Pluto and Jupiter and Saturn. It could get a lot worse before it gets better. If you're feeling tired of being stuck inside and just want to bust out, break free, that 8 of Swords energy, feeling restricted and just wanting to kind of disregard what the health experts are telling us, that could be just naturally coming up for you, even though maybe logically you don't necessarily agree with it. That could be a natural feeling that comes up at this time, and I just want to speak to that and have you honor that, and just know that you don't have to necessarily follow that instinct and that it's natural. Devil reversed could also just be talking about wanting to break patterns, wanting to break attachments, a toxic relationship, a toxic relationship with substances, people, thought patterns that you're wanting to break. Oh my God. All right. So the 2 of Wands is Mars in Aries, and it's reversed. Oh my God. Yeah, you're really gonna feel Mars in Aries. You could be a fire sign yourself. If you are an Aries who picked pile number 3, watch out. Because you're gonna wanna change absolutely everything through this retrograde and this transit of Mars in Aries. Again, lasting until January of 2021. This need to act, this need to change absolutely everything about our lives is going to be strong, grasshopper. Oh my God. All right, 2 of Pentacles. Look at all these twos. 2 of Pentacles reversed. We're gonna want to drop one of those coins. We feel like we're juggling too much. We just feel restricted. We're worn out. We want to change anything. Again, this is the anywhere but here energy that I'm really, really feeling. But yeah, likely if you picked number 3 and you're a fire sign, please read about Mars in Aries, which and just kind of like the toxic masculinity that can come along with that. Mars in Aries can also, you know, be wonderfully transformative, but so far I'm seeing this is gonna hit you hard. Wow, these are all reversed. Every single one of these is reversed. That we need to see, first of all, what is upright, but this is telling me you could be your own worst enemy as Mars transits Aries. The world reversed is about beginnings. You know, the world upright is about beginnings and endings. It's actually quite positive. Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself. We could be falling back into patterns, are unwilling to, you know, complete a cycle. We may just want to run away. I get this feeling of just like run away from everything. Oh my goodness. Queen of Pentacles reversed. In no way grounded. That fire energy in a fire sign you could really, okay. Two of Swords. Let's talk about this because this is kind of crazy. First of all, every single card is reversed. All right. That to me has meaning. If you picked the Amethyst, you have to seek counsel. I strongly suggest you seek counsel. If any of what I've said resonated, these 2s, the number of 2s here, the only thing we're missing is the 2 of Cups. And they're all reversed. 2 of Swords. We're not, you know, it really reminds me of the 8 of Swords reversed. Like 2 of Swords upright is about impasse, indecision. This sword is true. This sword is true. Which way am I going to go? I don't know. I can't see a way forward. Mars in Aries is going to hit you hard. You're not going to feel grounded. You're just going to want to act. You could feel kind of toxically aggressive at this time. Watch yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Slow down is what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling like just such a lack of grounding and just a desire to run. There seems like this desire to run away from decisions, to run away from feeling bound and restricted, to run away from completing maybe a painful cycle in your life. That you don't want to think about it anymore. 8 of Swords reversed. You don't want to think about it anymore, but you probably don't have the resources to just pick up and, you know, move to Ecuador. Yeah, this is going to be a tough time for you, pile number 3. Oh my God, you can't make that up. The Angel card, ask for help from others. This is powerful this morning. I was really thinking about like what kind of pick a card do I want to do, and I thought what would be, you know, selfishly what would be helpful for me, and all of your instincts right now are telling you to break free, that you don't want to face a very difficult decision in front of you. Clearly, that it feels toxic, you feel trapped, just want to break out from it. But the astrology right now until January 2021 is not going to help you. Don't trust your instincts. And I can't believe I'm saying that to those people who picked the Amethyst, because it's really again, you know, a third eye kind of like, you're gonna have this strong impulse to act. But before you do anything, and I'm going to say that kind of unilaterally until January of 2021, ask for help. Get a second opinion. Don't just act. Don't just break free to be free. It could have dire consequences. You know, I don't know what else to say, and I don't mean to to give kind of a downer reading, but if this is resonating and you're thinking of ways forward or trying to make a decision with all of these reversed twos and the world reversed, just wanting to get the heck out but not knowing which way to go, devil reversed, feeling restricted but not knowing how to break free, 8 of Swords, in that mental prison, your instincts are likely going to need to be bounced off at least one other person before you act. And I would suggest that through all, as long as Mars stays in Aries. Wow. I will likely be opening up my calendar for personal readings in August. So if you pick pile number 3, really not an intentional plug, but honestly, speak with someone that you trust in your circle, someone who's grounded, someone who's gonna, not co-sign your BS, and really, bounce ideas off of folks, at least for the remainder of this year. Wow. Thanks for stopping by. I hope this was helpful. Hi, pile number 4, those who picked the ring. Recent purchase from Etsy. So far mine has been blown by the relevance of the different piles. If you picked the ring, you may, again, the Lenormand meaning of ring is around relationships and contracts. It can also, to me, represent patterns, repeating events, or trying to complete a cycle in our lives. So let's see what the signifier has to say. Ace of Wands. New way, starting fresh, breaking out. The spark of the suit of fire as we enter, Mars enters Aries, that's completely appropriate. We could very well, this idea of wanting to break out of cycles of repeating events in our lives. We may know exactly what it is that we want to break free from. That's what the Ace of Wands is telling me. Ooh, the Chariot reversed. It could just feel really out of control. Really off the rails is the word that I come up with the Chariot reversed, not knowing how to move forward, or knowing we haven't moved forward, I would say, to this point. But we know what it is that we have to do with the Ace of Wands. And it's getting the feeling like it's difficult. King of Cups. It's about following your heart, being emotionally available. This could also represent someone that we care about, someone who we love and loves us in return. Yeah, the Hermit. The Hermit, has a few different meanings to me, depending on the other cards around it. But I'm looking at this Hermit, looking at the King of Cups. You could have been going through a period of like self-imposed isolation, like doing the internal work, but wanting to maybe break out of that and, have an emotional fresh start. That Ace of Wands right above the King of Cups. We may have done the work so that we can be available. 4 of Swords reversed. There's still more healing to be done. There's still more healing to be done. Oh, 10 of Cups. I'm just going to plow through these. And Page of Swords. Give me a minute here. So the Ace of Wands to me next to the Page of Swords, I feel like something was said. Something was said that completely changed your perspective. It could have been, and still may be, that you are in the process of healing. Right? The 4 of Swords is a card of healing. Okay, I just got it. 4 of Swords is a card of healing, but it's reversed here. You probably don't think you're ready, right? You probably don't think you're ready. You probably think that you still need to heal. You still need time to heal. You're not quite ready to move forward. Chariot reversed. I have news, my friends, who picked pile number 4. That's a false narrative. Ace of Wands here, whatever it was that hurt you, the Page of Swords, that information that caused you to go inside, to retreat. It's time, my friends. Now watch the energy. Oh, sorry about the, something's going on out there. It is New York City. Siri just answered me and told me that there was no need to apologize. Ace of Wands is telling me, you know, you've done the work. You know, this idea that you're not ready. Well, I have news for you. You are. Ace of Wands, Ten of Cups, King of Cups is saying there is love out there waiting for you. There actually is. The completion of the cycle is this idea that we aren't good enough. We still have more healing to do. We're not ready. That deep wound that, you know, cut somewhere far inside of our hearts a long time ago. It's time to get out there. It's time to get out there, my friends. It's time to take a chance on a relationship. I'm going to say that pretty firmly. This could also, you know, if this is contractual, although I'm really not feeling for most of you that it is, but if you picked pile number 4 and you're trying to like think about a fresh start with a job or a fresh start in terms of relocation, which is a weird kind of idea right now, just given the state of the world, this is actually saying yes. It's time to move forward. I know it feels like you're not ready. 4 of Swords, Chariot reversed, but everything else is telling me that you actually are. You've done enough work to emerge in the world again. I saw this when I was shuffling. I had no idea if I'd actually pull it out. Peaceful resolution. This could be about reconciliation. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, although it appears to be. This could have just been a tiff, you know, in your existing relationship, in your existing family, and to seek peaceful resolution. You know, you don't have to hold on to that pain forever. And I'm saying that out loud and listening to myself say that and needing to listen to myself. You don't have to hold on to that pain forever. You know, resentment and forgiveness is for us. Is for us. So we don't have to hold that pain of resentment and anger and worry. You know, best case scenario, it's healing for everyone involved. But it's time to let go of that wound, that whatever that Page of Swords was to you, whatever wounding words were waged. I get the feeling like this was a mountain out of a molehill kind of situation, because there is love there. 10 of Cups, King of Cups. You can get through this. It's not over. There's not like healing that has to go on forever or a need to completely abandon ship. Peaceful resolution is possible here. This is a relationship worth saving. Thanks for stopping by. I hope this was helpful.